Welcome back to OU Nightly Sports. I'm Stephen Kabler. After playing and winning 2 virtual home games in Oklahoma City, Lon Kruger and his team head to California to face Texas A&M in the Sweet 16. Now the Sooners know what it's like to lose in this situation, but they're using that as fuel and motivation for their next game. Tonight, the #1 ranked OU women's gymnastics team takes to the LNC for the final time this season as they welcome the 18th ranked Arizona Wildcats. So if you prefer to watch your game from the couch or here at the stadium, fans can be sure your team appreciates your support, whether or not you're wearing one of these. Led by Baker Mayfield and a stout defense, Bob's boys look to take care of business and advance to the national championship game in Arizona. Well, the Oklahoma Sooners came up short in the Final Four against the Villanova Wildcats, losing 95-51 in the most lopsided victory in Final Four history. Coach Lon Kruger and the Sooners gave high praise to the Wildcats for their play and said they didn't capitalize on their own opportunities. Buddy and the boys advanced to Anaheim, California and the Sweet 16 to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. The winner of that game moves one step closer to Houston and the Final Four. Stephen Kabler, OU TV Sports. This isn't the success of Oklahoma football. These championships belong to the men's and women's gymnastics teams. The dominance of these teams isn't going anywhere. For the past 3 years, both men's and women's have been atop the national rankings.
We're just like a brotherhood, so it feels good to know that they got my back, and we went through all that hard work together. So I'm accountable for them; they're accountable for me. It feels great. It feels like a championship team.
Men's gym coach Mark Williams and his team captured last year's national title and look to go back-to-back, bringing the school's total to 10 championships.
To be honest, I'm just honored. There's a bunch of Olympians, a bunch of big names that come to this school and won. So I just feel honored.
And as the men continue their season-long dominance and look to add another national championship to the school's record, on the other side of the gym, the women are hard at work after a disappointing performance in last year's nationals to chalk up another national title.
I think this year is a little bit different just because last year we came up a little bit short. We had a great year last year and we ended up getting 3rd at nationals. So a lot of people are returning from the team last year, and so they had so much more motivation just going into this year, and we really want to come out on top.
Going into this year, it's a completely new team. It's a completely new atmosphere in the gym, and we're just so excited for this nationals.
Last year's team was the odds-on favorite to take home first place, capping off an undefeated season. But fate would have other plans. The team didn't perform their best and ended up in 3rd place.
Last year, of course, the first few events didn't start out how we had planned. So we were really proud of ourselves for climbing back and getting all that we could, making it all the way back to 3rd place.
But this year started different. The Sooners lost their first meet to LSU. The Sooners used that loss as motivation for doing everything they can to win every other meet.
We did get a kick in our pants a little bit early on in the season, so getting that out there and just focusing on doing our best, focusing on the training that we've put in this entire season, this entire preseason, has really been our focus.
Everyone's super excited and we want to go out on top, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to make that happen.
Both the men and women's teams look to finish their season strong as the #1 team in the country, hoisting that national championship trophy once again.
It'll be amazing, not a lot of schools could do back-to-back, and just knowing that I'm part of that, it's awesome.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be even more sweet. So we are just so excited to go out there and just knock it out of the park.
Stephen Kabler, Sooner Sports Pad. It is March, and that means madness, but before the Sooners hit the big dance, they have a big challenge taking on the Big 12 tournament. The Sooners take on the Iowa State Cyclones in the quarterfinals of the Big 12 tourney. OU split the season series 1-1 with each team taking the W on their home floor. The teams are very familiar with each other, and Kruger's crew needs to stick to their game plan to advance.
Niang's just a tough matchup. Morris is tough. McKay on the boards. Thomas shoots it. They can go down. Nader's been shooting it really well. Burton's been giving them big lifts. So they've just got a lot of good weapons.
The Thunder are rolling in just in time for the playoffs. Westbrook, Durant, and the rest of the crew travel to Toronto to take on the Raptors. Let's take a look at this. Russell Westbrook from half court, making it look easy. 50-44 second quarter lead for the Thunder. Next, we got here Kyle Singler dribbling out, kicking it to who? The only Kevin Durant. Bang, dropping it home. 95-71. Okay, now watch this, folks. Russell Westbrook steps up to the free throw line. Usually automatic, misses it, but don't worry, one-handed putback on his own miss. Unbelievable, but we'll get to him in a little bit. Right here, Kevin Durant gives his patented shoulder shimmy shake crossover, pulling out the dagger, go home. This one's over. Thunder win 119-100.